Hello booktubers again. I know, I'm really proud of myself. I have 2 videos in the same week. So today we're going to be talking about The Cage. This was a really fun read, you guys. I really enjoyed it. It was very different from a lot of the books that I have been reading recently, so that made it a lot easier to just kind of fly right through it. I did listen to the audiobook of this, but I also have the hard copy. Now, the beginning part of my reviews are always going to be spoiler-free, be just a general summary, and then after that I will kind of dive more into the good stuff, so I will definitely warn you before I launch into that fun stuff. So, the premise of this book is that the 16-year-old girl, Cora, wakes up in the middle of the desert, basically. She doesn't know where she is. She's wearing somebody else's clothes. She doesn't know where she is, why she's there, how she got there, and she stumbles upon a boy that she knew from back home and a couple other kids who she doesn't know that are from all over the world, and they come to find out that they are actually in a zoo, an alien-run zoo, and the humans are one of the exhibits. They have a couple rules. They have to eat well and sleep well, and they have 21 days to start reproducing. That sounds interesting. So this was a really fun read, really fast, not a whole lot of action. So if you're looking more of like for an action-y, like Hunger Games, Divergent, those types that are really full of action and high speed happenings and things like that, this is a little bit slower paced, a little bit more psychological versus actual like action, fighting, deaths and that type of thing. So it was very different from books that I have read recently, which made me want to read it even more and faster. So yeah, those are my non-spoilery thoughts. So if you want to go and check out this book, it's really good. The author is Megan Shepherd. I'll leave a link to the Goodreads if you want, and you can go and check it out, and then come back and then we can talk about all the gooey, gushy, fun, spoilery stuff. Okay, so bye. So, if you're still here, obviously that means you have either read this book or you don't care if you get spoiled. So, shame on you if you haven't read it. Last warning. We get to meet Cora and Lucky first, and we come to find out that they have a little bit of a past. Cora has a little bit of a past, and that was kind of an interesting dynamic. I have to say, though, that I really liked Cora and Cassian together. I did not really like Lucky and her together. It's too convenient that they would happen to both be in the same place and then they happen to fall in love with each other, and she just happens to forgive him for basically sending her to jail. I just find that a little bit too convenient, too easy peasy, and not really messy, and not real, in my opinion. I really liked the chemistry between Cora and Cassian. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I really liked him as a character. I thought it was interesting and unique, and it's almost like we got 2 different people from the same person. There was that whole, they cloak their emotions and then they uncloak, and then it's like a real life person versus just this alien robot type of person. And I really liked uncloaked Cassian. I really enjoyed him. I really liked their dynamic together, and I really liked that it wasn't insta-love, that we got to see the build up of the chemistry and the relationship actually evolve through almost the entire book, and it wasn't until the very end that they both kind of realized that they had actual feelings for each other, and I really enjoyed that. It was a nice break from the normal insta-love that you see, and even a little bit of what you see between Cora and Lucky. It was a little kind of insta-lovey, and there wasn't a whole lot of build-up to their chemistry, and I really saw that with Cora and Cassian, so I really appreciated that. Let's talk just for a couple minutes about some of these other characters. This was very interesting that we got to see so many different perspectives. I haven't read too many books that, in YA anyways, that have this many different perspectives and characters that are fully developed. That was very interesting for me. The only one that is kind of similar in that aspect to me is the Fifth Wave series. We get to see a little bit of that same type of dynamic where we see the same story from multiple perspectives. Yeah, I really liked Rolf and Nock together. I thought they were the cutest couple ever. I thought that it was really fun and really cute. And up until the point where we find out that she is sleeping around with everybody else, I really was rooting for them. I don't know, I really think that we're gonna see that develop a little bit more in the next book as well. So I'm really looking forward to that. I do have to say though that there were a couple moments in this book that were slightly predictable to me. Like, I knew right after we heard rule number 3 that they were going to have to sleep together and they were going to have to reproduce and have babies and all that stuff. I knew Nock was going to be the one to get pregnant. It just made sense. She's the secondary female character. She's going to be the one to get pregnant. It's not going to be Cora. She's our main character. She's our main badass. She's not going to be the one to get knocked up. It's just not going to happen. So that was a little bit predictable to me. And it was kind of predictable, too, to see Rolf and her get together. I did like the way that they got together, though. I thought it was very cute, very romantic, and just kind of natural, and I liked that. So I'm kind of hoping that they can kind of move past all the issues that we see in this book, and they can find a way to get through it and be together, because I really do like them together. I think they're a really cute couple, and I think their babies would be beautiful and smart, and that would be really cool. Leon was a very interesting character, too. We didn't get to see as much of him as I wish that we would have. I mean, we did see a little bit of kind of that internal struggle that he goes through when he thinks that he's the reason that Yasmin dies at the beginning. You know, we kind of see that towards the end. So that's interesting. I really hope and I really think that we will see more of him in the second book. My theory for the second book is that we're gonna see Leon come out with some of these intelligent abilities that Cassian keeps talking about. I just get the feeling that him being so isolated and kind of like his mind going nuts like it did, it's gonna lead to it breaking and him actually developing those intelligent abilities that they keep talking about. I have a feeling that out of all of the kids, it's gonna be Cora and it's gonna be Leon that develop those abilities. I mean, we might see some more from one of the others, but I really have a feeling that Leon is gonna be the next one to develop something, if any of the other kids do. I really hope that we can see more of Molly in the next book too. I really enjoyed her character. She showed a totally different side to this alien civilization, this alien race and everything. It just showed, you know, how bad it could be, but also how good it could be and how there are good aliens in this society like Cassian who want to help the humans. I really enjoyed this book. I thought that it was well written and it was very, very interesting. It brought a lot of different elements that I haven't read a whole lot of in YA. And like I said, the only one I can kind of compare it to is the Fifth Wave, because it has that multiple perspectives. It has a lot of different types of characters all coming together, and we see that story kind of build together, and it shows aliens in a different way than what we're used to seeing them. I mean, they're not just the green guys with the giant eyes that, you know, like the little Martian dudes. It's, you know, sometimes aliens can look just like us and they can act a lot like us. And so I really enjoyed that. And I think that people who did enjoy the Fifth Wave are really going to like this book. Now, one thing that I will say as kind of a downside is I wish there was more action in this. There really wasn't a whole lot of action until the very, very end. Like literally the last chapter or so was, you know, all the action that we got. I mean, there was a couple little scuffles between the characters throughout the book, but there really wasn't a whole lot of action in the action that we're used to seeing in these YA books. So that was a little bit of a downside for me, but I have a feeling that we're going to see more of that in the sequel, as we're going to see more aliens, and we're going to see some of these different races and things. I have a feeling that Cora's going to become a total badass, and that's going to be awesome to see her develop into that character. I do see the love triangle developing, but I feel like it is kind of one-sided at this point. I feel like Cora and Lucky are just not gonna work together, and I feel like she knows that. I feel like she has been just hurt by him, and that she doesn't feel the same way that she does with Cassian. So I have a feeling she's gonna end up with Cassian in the end. At least that's my hopes and my aspirations. I really just see Lucky and Cora as more like Gale and Katniss. Like, in a different time, in a different place, they could have been a good couple together, but now I see them way more as really, like, they make a good team, they make good friends, but I don't see the romantic connection there that I see with Cora and Cassian. That's just my opinion here. Oh, let's talk about the big bombshell at the end here. Okay, so all along in this story, we keep hearing about the warden. He's this evil guy, he's making all these decisions, he's screwing with everybody, he's, you know, changing the rules so that Cora gets ostracized. And you know, this one I did not see coming, actually. I should have, but I didn't. And that was, we find out at the very end that Cassian is the warden, and he has been playing both sides of the coin here. So that was a good bombshell. I was actually really excited when that, I didn't see it coming. And usually I'm pretty perceptive with stuff like that, where I can kind of sense where it's going and the bombshells that are gonna drop. So I was really happy to see that bombshell, and I didn't see it coming, you know, beforehand. So that was really exciting. There's a lot that hasn't been resolved though. I feel like we're gonna see a lot more of that in the next book. And I'm really, really looking forward to continuing on with this series. It really intrigued me. It was different, it's unique, and I really enjoyed it. It was great. So yeah, tell me what your thoughts were on this book. Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? What were your favorite parts? Can't wait to read more books from this author. I'm pretty excited about that, and yeah, so leave me your thoughts, comments, all of that fun stuff down in the comments, and yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.